Hey, how's my sound? Good evening, everybody. Well, can I go out? Can I go out? There you go. There you go. Peace. Hi, everyone. Hi, Arco Show. Happy holidays. Is it Thanksgiving over in Italy? Hi, Susie. Hi, Daniel Berry Sports. Hello, Susie again. Let me make this bigger. There. Hi. I'm in my pajamas. How's my sound? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm finally getting some. I colored it today. I really like it. See, I colored my eyebrows. I know you're not supposed to, but I do. All right. So I kind of took the weekend off. Thanks so much. I kind of took the weekend off. Oh, good. My sound is good. Or Friday and Saturday. It's only 8:30 here. Um, And do you guys ever watch Coffee House True Crime? Oh my gosh, you guys. Put a one in chat if you've heard of this story. Um, this toilet mystery. This man was found in a toilet, and they're not Western toilets, right? In Japan, they're the ones that are in the down below and you have to squat. And in fact, yeah, the first time I ever saw one was when I lived in Okinawa. Okay, and we had that in our apartment. It was really weird having to squat all the time. But yeah, um, anybody ever heard of this? Okay, so I'm going to read an article on it, and it's quite sad. It's a mystery because they don't know how he got there. It's very bizarre. And okay, so and it was a woman's. It was in the woman's bathroom. So hi Freeside. Hi. So, I don't know. I just don't think a man is gonna unalive himself, especially in a woman's bathroom. Um, okay, so here I go. I'll show you this picture. It's in the wintertime. It was February 28, 1989. In a small village of Miyakochi, located in the outskirts of Japan, primary school teacher Yumi Tanaka had just returned to her teacher's housing after a long weekend. Her Tuesday on February 28 began like any other day. She headed over to Dulu Village Elementary School. Okay, not only that, this man was in an elementary school toilet. Very strange. Uh, and by 5 p.m., she was going to call it a day after a quick toilet break. Something caught her eye. Down the urinal opening, there was a black shoe in it. Goodness gracious. So this is a photo illustrating the man's position in the pipe. Back in 1989, it was common for Japan to use squat toilets that are directly connected to an individual small sewer tank with a U-shaped pipe. Yumi bravely decided to check the sewer tank out the outside. Horror. It was clearly a pair of bare human feet. She screamed, her colleagues came running, but the man in the pipe did not budge. When the police arrived, they tried pulling him out to no avail, as the opening of the outer pipe was only about 36 centimeters, and the man was stuck. One thing was certain, the man was no longer alive. Okay, that didn't even give me the gosh darn full story. So I thought I was prepared, and now I'm not. That's YouTube for you. Okay, I better read my paperwork. There's a crackling sound coming through my mic. Susie said the sound was good. Now there's a crackling sound. Okay, so the only thing I can do, Sassy Mama, hi, thanks for letting me know, is reboot this, right? So I will be back. Don't go anywhere. Reboot my iPad. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Boy, it was really crackling. Half of it was okay. I went back and peeked at the live for just like a few seconds. Half was okay, and the other half was nothing but sounded like I was sort of underwater almost. How is it now? How is my sound now, you guys? All good now? Hi, RC. Thank you. Sounds great. Well, that's flippin' shocker. Okay, let me get the video disclaimer, whatever thing I'm trying to say. All right. It's on top of the stove. Doing good. I'm doing a live. Take some Tylenol too, Shaylin. All right. Uh, okay, in case I show a video, this video is for educational purpose only. This is the copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use. For fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, this is the exact same thing, but okay. Sounds still good, you guys? Good deal. All right. So I don't know. Am I allowed to show someone else's video if I talk through it or speed it up? Okay, let's hold. Thank you, Sean B. Okay, I hope this works. I moved it 2 speeds up. It's only 11 minutes long. Shout out to Detective X. And thank you. And boy, I hope I don't get a copyright thing. Okay, here it comes.
Around 6 in the evening on 1989, February 28th, in Miyakoji Village, Tamura District, a 23-year-old elementary school teacher just ended her day. It was winter and the weather was piercingly cold. The street was already dark. The teacher briskly walked back to her dormitory not far away from the school. She stayed in a single room and has an attached toilet in each room. The building back then was not well developed, especially in a mountain village. The toilet was a squatting toilet. Right underneath the squat pan was the septic tank. The septic tank was a U-shaped pipe where one end is linked to the squatting pan, and the other is the sewage outlet. The sewage outlet was located outdoors. Every once in a while, someone would manually open the lid and empty the septic tank. That night when using the toilet, the teacher casually looked into the pit and noticed a shoe. She was
All right. I think if I keep stopping it, I might be okay. I'm not really sure. So she noticed a shoe, just like I read.
perturbed and ran outside to open the septic lid. To the shock of her life, she saw a human leg in the waste.
What?
Startled, she screamed and ran to call her principal
That's
and
not
colleagues.
his real
One of
foot,
her
is
colleagues
it?
informed the police. Soon everyone arrived at her place. They could see the human leg. So some of them reached down to the leg and tried pulling the body out. But the body was stuck in the U-shaped pipe. Well, the stench was also too much to bear. After much attempt to no avail, the firefighter was called to help. The firefighter used an
God. I didn't even think of the stench. Did you guys? I didn't when I heard this story. I was just like, the poor man. The toilets look so clean. And actually, I Googled these toilets in Japan. They are very, very clean.
excavator to lift the entire pipe from the ground up, and used a cutting machine to cut it up. By now, the person stuck inside was already dead. The body was bent up with hands crossed over his chest, hugging a neatly folded shirt. He was lying on his backward
What?
face looking up into the toilet pan hole. It's sort of like peeping a woman going to the toilet. He was topless and barefoot. The body was thoroughly cleaned twice before the autopsy could be performed. Soon after the cleaning, the man was identified. He was Naoyuki Kano.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the guy's name is Naoyuki Kano, 26 years old. I know. You haven't heard of this, Sean B? Oh, golly. Okay. It is kind of fast, isn't it? I better turn it down one notch. It's a little bit too fast. Do you think, Sean B, I'm only allowed to show the news and no one else's YouTube videos? I mean, I wonder. It's 3 minutes in.
26-year-old young promising man well known in the village. Naoyuki had been missing on February 24th and found dead on the 28th in a septic pipe of the female teacher's dormitory. According to the forensics, Naoyuki was believed to have died on the 26th. Other than some minor scratches on the elbow and knee, there was no noticeable trauma and signs of homicide. Police concluded and closed the case as an accidental death, which is Naoyuki Kano was trying to peep women and died from hypothermia. Naoyuki's father and the villagers were outraged by such conclusion. Simply because everyone knew
He's trying to peep women? How do you I mean, you have to look down in it, and if a woman's on it, she'll see him. I'm really confused. I've never heard this video before.
Naoyuki. Naoyuki was best known as a reliable and sociable person, a sales manager of a company supporting the nuclear power plants. He played guitar and baseball. He could even write songs and poems. He was articulative, sociable, and participated in many events in the village. That's why the villagers knew him well enough to know that it is totally impossible to associate him as a perverted voyeur. There were clearly too many suspicions that don't add up. So the villagers organized a petition and called for people in the neighboring village to sign as well. 4,300 signatures were collected 1 month later. The village had a population of 3,800 people.
Boy, I'm all over the place, aren't I? Sound is bad. iPad's tipping over. Okay, so this is a village of only 3,000 people. He's 26. He has his whole life ahead of him. I absolutely do not think he unalived himself.
The final number of signatures collected was more than the total number of people in the village. So, what was the uproar about? Let's go back to 1989.
Yeah.
The septic pipe has a symmetrical design and a diameter of 14 inches. One end was located outdoors while the other was the toilet. The indoor toilet was installed with a squatting pan with an opening of only 8 inches. So one could only enter through the outdoor opening. The height of Naoyuki was 5 feet 7 inches. According to the data released by Japanese Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, the average shoulder width of man between 25 and 29 years old in Japan is 16 inches. The diameter of the septic opening was only 14 inches.
What?
Therefore, it's impossible to get inside the pipe by himself and achieve the posture he was found.
So, Blue Gumball, hello. Well, I'm in my pajamas. I bought myself some early Christmas pajamas. And they're pretty warm. It's that fleece material. I got my daughter a matching pair. We're twins. Yeah, I'll dance another time.
Found it. Later, Naoyuki's father used the cut-up pipe to reenact the crime scene. He realized that, with or without clothing, there's no way to get in the pipe. Well, assuming that Naoyuki was really desperate to peep the women, how would he not know that it was impossible to get in the pipe, much less to come out unscathed? Also, who in their right mind would want to get in a septic pipe and submerge in feces? Who could even sustain that long, in such reeking putrid stench? Given the size of the pipe, whether being forced in or getting...
Okay, I'm not monetized, so I keep stopping it. I have it sped up, I don't know, 1.5 or something. I think as long as I put the copyright disclaimer in the chat, it should be okay. But maybe the copyright disclaimer should be put in the description of the live stream too. In the description of the live stream? Okay, you mean, do you mean, Sean B., where I put the title and then it asks for description? Or do you mean literally in the title? Or I think what you mean is the beginning of the show. I know that's how most people have it, like in the beginning of the show. Wow.
getting it on his own. It is downright undoable beyond reasonable doubt. However, Naoyuki was found with only minor scratches on the elbow and knee. No other dramatic injuries were found. The cause of death was hypothermia. How in the world did he get into the tank unscathed? In February, it was still freezingly cold in Fukushima. It's even colder in a wet and sludgy septic pipe. Moreover, the snow was 8-inch thick on the day of Naoyuki's death. Not only was Naoyuki found topless in such cold weather, what was even more peculiar was that he was holding his clothes in his arms. Let's just give the benefit of doubt that he was truly desperate to...
Okay, that is really, really weird. Blue Gumball. I don't know who you are, but you're What Happened to You and Dolly. Well, I was over there for a good year. I was his co-host for 3 months. And basically people were in an uproar that I went to Virginia. And I'm from Washington State, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And he said I could, come back to the show and all that. Maybe not panels. We didn't discuss it. But I just bowed out, after waiting through all the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. And then it was like January 5th, I think I was just like, yeah, So the longer I was away, the more the turtles, so to speak, were fighting against me, which is really weird because I wasn't even around. But he and I are friends, we always will be, hopefully. And as far as I know, today we're friends. He's busy. I'm not going to discuss who I visited down south. That's my private life. People want to think that I'm delusional and crazy and traveled, 3,000 miles in a plane when I haven't flown in 30 years and I was petrified, to just hang out alone, then they can think that. But anyway, that's old news, or not even news. That's old stuff. So, by now, if you ever watched any of my lives or anything, you would understand that's over a year ago, you know. Um, and I respect the man, and I want him to be happy. That's what I want. You know, you care enough about someone, you want them to be happy. So if he's happy, right? Um, so that's all I'm going to say about that, okay? So let's get back to this weird Fukushima murder mystery. Okay, what's this? Facts are facts. That's just not nice. Let me delete the comment. Okay. All right. So we're halfway through.
But it's simply not possible to even see a thing under the dim light.
Suspicion in the shoes.
Now Yuki was found barefoot. Police searched through the septic pipe and found only one shoe. This shoe was later confirmed to belong to Naoyuki. The shoe was found near the head position, which was where the teacher saw at the beginning. There was only one shoe on the scene. The police managed to find another shoe on the riverbed, which was quite a distance away from the crime scene. Why did these two shoes appear in different places so far apart?
Because he was dragged from somewhere, right?
Some suspected the teacher might have killed Naoyuki.
What?
The toilet at night was poorly lit and the pit was deep. How could she possibly have spotted the shoe? Also, the moment she saw the shoe, instead of calling help, she opened the septic lid on her own, which is unusually brave for a young woman. Could it be that the teacher had murdered Naoyuki and framed it as an accidental death?
Okay, that's really weird. All right. I don't block many people, but I had to block that person. Okay, here we go.
You see, Naoyuki became acquainted with the teacher through her boyfriend. They knew each other well. Once the teacher had some phone harassments, Naoyuki and the boyfriend helped report the calls and handed the tape to the police. Naoyuki even assisted in the investigation of the phone harassment. From here, it is clear that Naoyuki had a close and good relationship with the teacher and her boyfriend. They actually knew each other's schedule rather well. So in the end, such speculation couldn't be substantiated by any motives nor concrete evidence.
Weird. Suspicion and timeline.
Naoyuki's body was found on February 28th and he was believed to have died on the 26th. The last person saw him was his father. According to his father, on the 24th around 10 in the morning, while he's watching TV in the living room, Naoyuki told him that he was going out to run errands. Since then, no one had seen him. So where did he go after missing for 2 days? February 24th happened to be the funeral of Japan Emperor Showa. So those few days were Japan.
I know, Sean B. They're just nosy, curious women, and it's just never going to end. And that's why I didn't go back to a show. I would love to be able to, do a super chat and, say hello and even call in the show. But yeah.
National Memorial Day and everyone's on vacation. The teacher had taken leave from February 24th to 27th and went back hometown. During this period of time, she's not in the dormitory and Naoyuki knew about her leave as well. Most probably he might have been in the tank already from the 24th. The date of death was the 26th. He knew the teacher would come back on the 28th. There is no reason why he would brace the cold weather without food and water by getting into the pipe 2 days in advance, just to peep at her. Obviously such inference is too far-fetched.
Suspicion in Naoyuki's car. All right. I just peeked at this story. I didn't know that the teacher was a little bit. Oh my God, look at all the trolls are in here. They're just crazy. And I was thinking, do I even address the very first comment? But then I act like I'm hiding something, you know? Okay, there we go. Thanks for letting me do the blocking and the taking away vile comments. Thank you, even though I do have mods. That's mainly so if you guys get trolled, whatever, you can, okay, yeah, I did too. I hid that troll too. Um, you know, you can hit the three dots and not be harassed.
The car was parked in a lot near the dorm. The car key was plugged in the keyhole and the door wasn't locked. It seemed like Naoyuki didn't plan to park there for long, more like a quick stopover.
Oh, yeah. The nuclear plant
A month before Naoyuki's
conspiracy.
death, there was an incident in Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. A
Oh.
welded joint in the circulating pump of reactor number 3 gave way, causing a massive amount of metal
Okay,
fragments.
he knew something, I
Eventually,
bet.
the reactor number 3 was shut down. The person in charge of this reactor was a colleague of Naoyuki. He committed
See?
suicide soon after. Could there
Oh.
be some sort of connection between this incident and Naoyuki's death?
Suspicion 9. Political persecution. Village chief election. Oh my god, look at these trolls. I haven't done a StreamYard in ages. And men don't harass me like this. Um only women. And honestly, past turtles. I don't think it's the turtles that are in there now. Those are all new women that don't even like know me or even heard of me probably. Okay, so I think there's 11 suspicions.
10 days before Naoyuki's death, there was a vigorous election of the village chief. Naoyuki was asked to lobby for one of the candidates because of his outstanding eloquence. Back then, there were two camps of thought towards nuclear plants: supporters and opposers. Supporters think that nuclear plants can create jobs and stimulate the local economy. Opposers are concerned of the harmful effects it would bring about. The two parties fought hard and sought resolution from the village chief, who kind of held certain weight in determining whether the nuclear plant could stay put or not. Rumor has it that Naoyuki might have unwittingly stumbled on the shady politics in the election. Judging from the timeline and the motive for the crime, it is too coincidental that Naoyuki's death took place right after the election.
Interesting. The mystery remains
Despite the many
unsolved.
suspicions that don't add
See?
up, the police did not accede to the petition because there was no evidence of homicide. The case was concluded as an accidental death from hypothermia.
Can you believe that?
30 years have passed. The mystery remains unsolved. What do you think? Is this a simple voyeuristic accident? Or a premeditated homicide?
That's what I think. The time is coming. Okay, well, I
If you
didn't.
enjoy my story, please.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Oh, Lord. I just cannot believe on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock my time. I bet you anything they're from the South, so it's like midnight. I know. The way people are talking. Okay, what do you guys think it was done to him on purpose? I mean, why be a 26-year-old, play guitar, right? All this kind of stuff, have your whole life ahead of you, and want to unalive yourself that way? Like, there's just no way. And if he was underneath looking up and being a peep or whatever, then why would he like have his shirt folded over his chest and be laying there? It's just so weird. And it's really sad. I feel bad for his family. probably on purpose. You think too, Sean B? I can't believe. Actually, I do. I have 27 watching because it was all planned for these women. Not. I don't think I'm going to call them trolls. I'm going to call them women that want to stir the shit or whatever. Oh my goodness. Oh shoot. Okay, so hi Shirley. Hi. Why can't I? Oh, there we go. Okay. People are nuts. So way back ago, I covered, YouTubers that, turn to killers basically. And there's a lot of crazy stuff goes on in Japan and Korea, you know. Goodness gracious. All right. I don't know. Oh. Oh, I'm doing good. I took off yesterday and the day before. I hung out with my daughter. We watched, she's 20. We actually watched the American, what's it called? American Ninja something. The first American Ninja. And wow, that is something else. It's a little bit like Wipeout, but not really. And they had different obstacle courses for these people to go through. And you certainly didn't have to have even big muscles showing to be fit and be able to do the salmon ladder, and where they held this bar and they would kick and go up and up and up, and that's after doing rolling over 60-pound dice. Some of them went like this, some of them went like this, and just amazing. A lot of kind of parkour acts, things in that. My son used to do parkour. Goodness gracious. So I want to find. I did a whole bunch quite a few months ago on incels. Those men that can't find a woman, and I guess they want a woman, but not necessarily. They hate women, nearly. And they form groups on the internet type thing, and they're called incels. I covered that. I I wonder if I can show 48 hours, because it's a little bit like the news. I mean, it's not really, but I wonder if I can show that. Hmm. Do you think I'd get in trouble, you guys, for showing 48 hours and then talking about it a little bit? The other thing I'm doing is every time I get one of those pamphlets with a missing child on it, I'm looking the person up. I covered Skyla Chang, Skyla Mackenzie Chang. She was 15. She went missing in Jonesboro, Tennessee, last year in December. So she'd be 16 now, and she's still missing. And there's a sex trafficking hub, you know what I mean, in that area. Hmm. Okay. I don't know. I got to be careful. I mean, I can cover news, right? I can cover yes. Okay, this was upsetting. I saw this today. Some man in the Seattle area was literally just walking up in broad daylight, like in Australia and stuff, you guys. Like they have those problems there, and stabbing people. I'm not kidding. 10 people stabbed in Seattle's CID. I don't even know what that CI district, probably within 37 hours. That scared me. Oh, God.
At Wendy's, you can get
Oh, for crying out loud.
Como caught this carnage as it happened when 12th and Jackson turned into a sudden triage hub.
And I see a man stab him, in the back with a big knife. The knife, broke and stayed in his back.
And that was just the beginning, with the same man accused of rushing through
See?
here, randomly stabbing anyone that he could.
I proceeded to chase the individual up to the corner, yelling, stab her, stab her. And he stabbed some people as he went.
The end result, 5 people stabbed in the middle of the afternoon. It comes after 5 other people were stabbed in attacks here in the day before these incidents.
The ones that are out there lost in the sauce, that they find their way back and, realize that what they're doing,
See how down and out Seattle is, you
The suspect
guys?
in this case was nabbed a short distance away from the crime scene. Police tell Como they are still investigating to see if he could be tied to all the other stabbings that have happened here this week.
The
What?
over here mostly. It gets pretty aggressive over here sometimes.
According to police records, even before these incidents, there had already been 195 violent crimes in the CID since the start of this year. As a result, we met people who refused to come here after sunset.
It just gets dangerous. So it's just not a good idea. But
No.
dark, no good. Go home.
According to police, robbery was the motive in only one of the stabbings that took place here, meaning the other 4 cases were all random.
All week? What the heck? I thought it was just one day. It's 37 stabbings in 1 week. I mean, I don't know. Remember that one lady in California that was working in the furniture store? Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Hi, Linny Bug. I'm back now. Is the sound okay? The kitties are great. Yeah. About a week ago, 2 of the last 2 kittens, because we had 3, um, got spayed, and they're healing nicely. And Tulip, who I was a little concerned about, yeah, that was weird. I just asked my kids if their internet went out, and my son said his, what did he say? Something went out and he couldn't get it back, but I think it's okay now. Yeah, so she puked once and then once a little bit the next day, but sometimes if they eat the meat too fast, when they've had a little dry in the evening and nothing all night, right? While I'm sleeping, they eat really fast. They get a little, but they've been dewormed. Hey, hi, Truth Seeker. Are you doing okay? Everybody, her father passed. She was extremely close to her dad, and I've heard lots of different things about her dad, clear back when he broke his ribs, when he tripped. Are you doing okay? I mean, that's just like a stupid thing to ask, even. Hopefully, you got my message in Messenger. If anyone feels like putting prayers in the chat, that might give Truth Seeker some comfort. She, yeah, she didn't even know he was in the hospital till the next day. So he went that night. That's what she said to me. Um, so I think she's kind of upset with a certain family member. I won't say who. I'm not sure what's all going on. Thanks, you guys. Um, but yeah, I know this is really, really hard for her. Wow. Are you doing okay? Maybe you're just saying a quick hi. Hopefully that's you. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is her. I hope you're okay. Yeah. I hadn't seen my dad in many years, but I kind of heard him take almost, not his last breath, but I heard noise in the hospital room. Just trying to clear your head. Hmm. Tomorrow is the day of his, what, funeral? Wow. Wow. I mean, I don't even want to say what so many people say, right? Well, he's in a better place. I mean, I don't like it when people say that to me. I understand what they're saying. I mean, do you feel that it was on purpose, Truth Seeker? Because maybe, oh, good grief. Like maybe she should have let you know. I'm not like siding with her, but maybe she didn't know that it was going to be that bad. I have a question, only if you want to share it here. What was it that brought him to the hospital? Was he having chest pains or something the night before? That quick? Because he had heart issues in the past. Surgery, I believe you said. Was it his heart? Oh dear. Oh, and his blood pressure. I haven't taken mine in a long time. Heart failure. Yeah, I have it out there in the living room. Oh, hi. Hi, Sunflower Darkness. Hi there. His heart only worked at 22%. Oh, man. Well, he was going through all that gosh darn stress, too. I won't talk about it here, but yeah, for a while. And then I think people got involved, and maybe his life wasn't quite as stressful. Wow. Oh, thanks. Well, I don't know how long I'm going to stay on here. I didn't do a live last night or the night before, and I think about all of you, my friends, and everything. And so, I just colored my hair earlier. The roots were coming in like, they do. And probably maybe going to the store tomorrow. Kitties are doing well. Tulip hasn't grown up in days. Their incisions look good. And I bought new feather toys because they ripped apart the other ones like really, really bad. And I kept taping it back on and all this. And, you know, can't be ruckusy and playful with them like that till they're more healed. So, 3 or 4 more days. And then there were some really strange, not strange, well, yeah, just strange trolls like putting eggplants in the chat. And people I literally had to block like pretty darn quick. Bringing up Dolly Vision and, it's just weird. People don't let anything go, you know. Um, Thank you. Yeah, my hair is long enough to where I can wrap it now, and kind of like it. Yeah, they're just weird. They just think because they're on this keyboard or whatever. Oh no, I can't stop yawning. On this keyboard, they can just say whatever they want. It's just wrong. I cut my finger earlier. Just sliced the top part of the skin and then was watching it, wondering why it wasn't bleeding right away. And it was the side of glass that I was Windexing on a picture frame. Oh, so that was kind of weird. Um, but I'm really hoping and thinking and almost assuming we'll have snow in December. I really like snow. And as you guys all know, a couple of days ago, Colorado had up to 3 feet. I don't know how it is lately. It was supposed to go up the middle through the Midwest kind of thing. So, and it's just kind of, it almost makes you kind of tired when, when it's so kind of, I don't know if hazy is the word, but this sort of gray kind of like, it looks like it's going to rain and then it doesn't. It's weird. I know this is personal. I ask you don't have to answer, but do you still follow? And oh, that's okay. I do. I mean, I stay on top of where he's at in his stories and what he does. Um, when he would do in the past with Sebastian Rogers, 7 and 8 hour lives, and things were sort of being rehashed over and over again, along with all the other creators. I just, I mean, it just didn't, the parents just, they don't really want the help. I mean, maybe the biological dad, but the whole thing is a shit show, right? And I too don't think that that kid is here. Uh, because, he was on the autism spectrum, and so is my son. And to them, a few days or few hours feels like 8 hours, or 2 hours feels, and I don't think he'd be away from home this long if he could get back home, even if he was abused. Um, and so, yeah, I do that and I wish him the best. And, uh, yeah, yeah, and, yeah. So, yeah. So, are you, Sunflower, are you in California? Why do I think you're in California? Yeah, I think you are over on this side. Oh, Canada. That's right. Are you on the Canadian side that, Washington state side or the other side? I'm thinking you're over here. Saskatchewan. Where is that? What is that near? Is it near Ontario? Is it in the middle? Is it Saskatchewan? Uh, because I don't think it's over like by Montreal and Toronto and all that. I think it's up in the middle, isn't it? I'm over by Chiquilla, Langley. Oh, see, I was right. You're right above in the middle. Wow. That was my guess. Nice. You know I'm from South Dakota, right? I've only been back there once, and that's when I was in 2011 with my daughter. And boy, has that little town changed. It's a big college town with McDonald's or Burger King, and yeah. Well, you guys, the story was really short about that poor man. Uh, Kanano or no, Kano, Kanno. I forgot his first name. My iPad's off, but only 26, which, I didn't realize. I've heard this story in the past. I'm going to cover some more kind of weird stories. And yeah, probably do that tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, Sunflower Darkness. Yeah, so I'm going to go. This is PCT is Extreme. Please hit the like. Please subscribe if you're willing to. Thank you for the new subs lately and the people watching from other countries. It's really exciting when people, I mean, I'm coming up, especially on the YouTube feed. StreamYard might be a little different, but the YouTube feed. Good night. Thank you, Sean B, for all of your help. Thanks, everyone. And yeah, I will. Thanks so much. Yeah, my ex boyfriend called me Megs, and I really liked it. I think it's cute. I got my teeth fixed. See, they're all straight across now. She smoothed them down because I had them bonded twice and they chipped twice. Yeah. But I have two more cavities I have to have filled, and I'm getting so used to it. Like I never had cavities, and as you get older, your teeth get, weaker and your gums get a little worse. And I have fairly good teeth. I always have. But yeah. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I took an Ativan because I wanted to be relaxed enough to have the shot up there. And I even asked the assistant before she came in, am I going to have a shot? Like I just preparing my brain, and she said no, I don't think so, and I was just shocked. Figured with a saw thing that, but it didn't hurt at all. And I'm grateful she was willing to do that because the insurance covered two bondings but won't cover a third. So when she saw me, I said, yeah, this chipped again. And I didn't even bite into anything. I was in the gosh darn shower. It was weird. All right, you guys, an hour and 12 minutes. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. This is PCT is Extreme. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.